In this chapter, the next concept is cyclotron. In the previous classes, we have discussed about the motion of a charged particle in a uniform magnetic field. When the charged particle moving parallel or anti-parallel to the magnetic field, it does not experience any force. Therefore, the charged particle remains moving along a straight line. When the charged particle moving perpendicular to the magnetic field, it exhibits circular path. Right. If the charged particle moving other than 0, 90, 180 degree, it exhibits a helical path. Now, here, when the charged particle moving perpendicular to the magnetic field, so it exhibits a circular path. In that, we have derived that the radius of the circular path radius is equal to, so mv divided by qb, or velocity v is equal to qbr divided by m, right? It is radius and velocity, and then time period t is equal to, that is nothing but qbr divided by, time period t is equal to 2 pi m divided by qb. Here time period is independent of radius and velocity. It is the principle behind that cyclotron. The next concept in this chapter is cyclotron. Right? First, what is the definition of cyclotron? How they frame the question is, what is cyclotron? Explain the construction and working of cyclotron. Or what is cyclotron? Explain the theory of cyclotron. What are the advantages of cyclotron? What are the limitations of cyclotron? 5 marks, very important. The concept is cyclotron. First, what is the cyclotron? Is a device used to accelerate the charged particles or ions with high energies. ಚಾರ್ಜಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಲರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಸೈಕ್ಲೋಟ್ರಾನ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಲಾರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ದಿ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಈ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ಸೈಕ್ಲೋಟ್ರಾನ್ ನ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. Cyclotron is a device used to accelerate the charged particles or ions with maximum energies or high energies. Maximum kinetic energy li charged particles na accelerate ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ cyclotron ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Maximum kinetic energy ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ not to bombard the nuclei with the charged particle which has maximum kinetic energy. ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಜೊತೆ ಬೊಂಬಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೊ ಅದರ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಥವಾ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಸೊ ಈ ಸೈಕ್ಲೋಟ್ರಾನ್ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಥವಾ ನಾಟ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ದಿ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಆಡಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಮಾಡಿಫೈ ದಿ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಆಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ದಿ ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಡಯಾಗ್ನೈಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ cyclotron, right? So what is the principle? So already I told that the principle of cyclotron is the time period or frequency of the charged particle is independent of radius of the circular path. So the time period of frequency that is independent of radius of its orbit, right? That is the basic principle. Now we are using, in cyclotron we are using both electric field and magnetic field. So electric field is used to accelerate the charged particle and magnetic field is used to ಮೇಕ್ ದಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ಎ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾತ್. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಟ್ ಟು ಮೂವ್ ದ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾತ್. ಸೊ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇವೆ. ನಾವು ದಿ definition ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. Now the construction and working of cyclotron, it is a very simple construction. It consists of two metallic discs. Two metallic discs. They are in the shape of letter D. It consists of two metallic discs. They are called Ds. Two metallic discs. They are called Ds because they are in the shape of letter D. So it is D1, disc D1, and it is D2. Metallic disc, they are in the shape of D. Now these two Ds are connected to a high frequency oscillator, that is nothing but AC source. These two Ds are connected to a high frequency oscillator, that is nothing but a AC source, high frequency oscillator. AC source. Any AC source use. AC source is nothing but it changes the polarity for every half cycle. Half cycle ಗೆ ಅದರ polarity change ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್, ಈ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾಟ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ದಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. ನೌ ದಿ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಈಸ್ placed for this setup you have to apply the magnetic field. Consider a uniform magnetic field. ಎರಡು ಡಿಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. So magnetic field is uniform magnetic field that is coming out of the board. Dot represents uniform magnetic field that is perpendicular to the plane and coming out of the plane. But the whole setup is placed in an evacuated chamber because not avoid the collision with the atmospheric particles. The total setup is placed inside the evacuated chamber. Right. Placed inside an evacuated chamber. Right. Now it consists of 2 Ds and uniform magnetic field, and these 2 Ds are connected to a high frequency oscillator. AC source na use ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ಅಂತ. Now in between these 2 Ds there is a small gap. In this gap you have to place the charged particle which is to accelerate. ಯಾವ charged particle accelerate ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ 2 Ds ನ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. Doubt initially there is no potential difference. Now you have to apply the potential difference by using this oscillator or AC source. AC source na use ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು potential difference na apply ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So initially small potential in the potential difference increase ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. When you apply the potential difference, consider let it is a AC source, so D1 becomes negatively charged plate and D2 becomes positively charged plate for first half cycle. For first half cycle D1 negatively charged body agide and D2 is positively charged body. Now the charged particle is a positively charged particle, time being considered a proton. This proton is attracted towards this negatively charged body. You know, the positively charged body is moving towards this negatively charged body, right? So and here also it has a magnetic field. In the presence of magnetic field, it is not goes in a straight line, it is moving in a circular path because the charged particle moving perpendicular to the magnetic field, for that it exhibits a circular motion within the Ds. It is moving in a circular path because of the magnetic field. We are using both electric field and magnetic field. So by using electric field it accelerates, using magnetic field it is moving in a circular path. Now it is moving in a circular path and it comes to edge of the Ds, meaning that completes the semicircular path. In that time the polarity of this oscillator reverses, meaning it becomes, now it is a positively charged plate, now it becomes a negatively charged plate. Exactly. So when it completes the semicircular path, the polarity of the oscillator reverses, that is it becomes positively charged body, it becomes negatively charged body. Now it continues. Now potential difference increases. As potential difference increases means the electric field between these 2 gaps increases. As electric field increases, the force on the charged particle increases. As force increases, there is nothing but charged particle accelerates. Accelerate ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾತ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ನೌ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ದಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ D, and when it completes the in this it completes the semicircular path and the polarity reverses and it goes into the second D. Here also it completes the semicircular path. Now once again its polarity reverses. Next half cycle it becomes positively charged plate, it becomes negatively charged plate, and once again it is attracting towards the D1. The procedure continues. The charged particle move in a spiral path, right? As the velocity increases, radius also increases. So it reaches the maximum, means that is nothing but it achieves the maximum radius, or it reaches the periphery of the Ds. Our aim is provide to maximum kinetic energy for this charged particle. We know that already kinetic energy is directly proportional to radius. Now it reaches maximum radius. Now we have to exit this charged particle by using the deflector plate. And the charged particle exits through the exit port. It is called exit port. So by using deflecting plate, so we have to exit the charged particle. It achieves the maximum kinetic energy, and this charged particle we can use the further application. That further application is nothing but in order to improve the quality of solids by adding ions. It is also used in the medical field. That is nothing but to produce the radioactive substances in the field of diagnosis and treatment. It is a particular main application of this cyclotron is in the study of nuclear reactions. Now when it reaches the maximum radius, it achieves the maximum kinetic energy, and it is finally exit through the exit port by using the deflector. It is the construction and working of the cyclotron. Right. Next, the theory of the cyclotron. Theory means It is also important for 5 marks. Theory means you have to calculate the radius, you have to calculate the velocity, frequency, angular frequency, time period, and what is the kinetic energy of the charged particle. First, one by one, first we have to calculate the radius. How to calculate the radius? That is the basic principle. In order to move this charged particle in a circular path, that requires a necessary centripetal force. That's the expression for centripetal force, that is nothing but mv square divided by r. That is provided by the magnetic force. Magnetic force is nothing but qvb sin theta. Theta is 90 degree, that is moving perpendicular to the magnetic field. Here we have to calculate the first one, radius. Therefore radius is equal to vv gets cancelled. Radius is equal to mv divided by qb. Radius is already we know that. Next one is velocity. In this equation, velocity v is equal to qb r divided by m. Both radius and velocity are independent of time period. Next one is time period of the circular path, that is time period. T is equal to distance divided by velocity. T is equal to time period is equal to 2 pi m divided by qb. Similarly, frequency, cyclotron frequency. Cyclotron frequency, that is nothing but reciprocal of time period, that is qb divided by 2 pi m. qb divided by 2 pi m. Finally, kinetic energy of the charged particle. And also angular frequency omega is equal to 2 pi nu. 2 pi frequency is nothing but qb divided by 2 pi m, where 2 pi get cancelled. Therefore angular frequency is equal to qb divided by m. Finally, kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is nothing but K is equal to half mv square. That implies half m. V is equal to, already calculated, V is equal to q square b square r square divided by m square. So 1 mm get cancelled. Therefore kinetic energy is equal to half m q square b square divided by q square b square divided by m into r square. Here charge is constant, magnetic field is constant, mass is constant, R is constant. Therefore kinetic energy is directly proportional to square of the radius of the circular path. Therefore in order to achieve the maximum kinetic energy, radius of the circular path should be maximum. It is the theory of the cyclotron. Already we know that what is cyclotron, what is the principle of cyclotron, construction and working of cyclotron, then the theory of the cyclotron, and what are the limitations of cyclotron. Finally, limitations of cyclotron. Before that, here one more important term is there, that is called resonance. Resonance means the cyclotron frequency is exactly equal to the frequency of this AC oscillator. That is nothing but frequency of the AC oscillator. Meaning ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, so charged particle semicircular path ನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಇದರದು AC frequency ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ polarity reverse ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it reaches the maximum kinetic energy. It is called resonance. Resonance means system frequency is equal to natural frequency. Here, so cyclotron frequency is equal to frequency of that oscillator, right? That is called resonance. Next, limitations of cyclotron. Right. First limitation is it cannot accelerate the neutral particles. It cannot accelerate the neutral particles, meaning charge is equal to 0. If charge means 0, magnetic field cannot make the charged particle move in a circular path, and electric field also does not experience any force on the charged particle. Therefore, it cannot accelerate the neutral particles. Next, second one is it cannot accelerate the electrons because electrons has a very less mass. Next, last limitation is cyclotron cannot accelerate the charged particle with very high mass. Charged particle with a very high mass. These are the three limitations of cyclotron. Right? Advantages are limitations, very important for 2 marks. It is completely about the cyclotron.